Welcome, everybody. John Zager. Good afternoon. How is everyone? It is a hot blister. Ooh, my gosh, I just looked at the thermostat. It is a hot, blistering day here on the eastern slope of Colorado. It says 99 degrees but in the truck, but that's outside temperature. But I'm pretty sure we're in the low 100s. It is exhaustingly hot and dry. No humidity. Colorado doesn't have a lot of humidity anyway. It's kind of like Arizona. But it's still hot. So what time is it? 3:08. Had a lot of things I've been doing today. Trying to keep out of the heat. So I'm just getting around to my podcast for the day. I think that's pretty funny. Let's see. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is what the podcast is on today. Mindfulness. By definition, a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment and being non-judgmental. Now, when I looked up the definition or meaning of mindfulness, it was kind of interesting. Everybody had a different one. I thought that was kind of unusual. I mean, they were all basically the same, but they were different. They all said the same thing, but in different words, different language, different, I guess, the way they phrased it all. And there's lots of them. But anyway, I'm just going to talk about mindfulness generally as I understand it and probably as you understand it. So here's the thing. We have a lot of idle chatter going on in our heads all the time. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff going on up there all the time. And it's stuff like, I'm going to give you some examples. It's stuff like, let's see, my truck is filthy from the dust. I wonder if I should wash it later today. Did I put that deposit in the bank yesterday? I wonder if she likes me. What would be good for dinner tonight with it being so hot? You understand what I'm saying, you guys? You guys get the idea. Okay. So there's all kinds of surface level thoughts going on in your head all the time. And you're bombarded with them and you're processing them. Those are just some ideas. But what they are, here's the part that's interesting. What they are is your old belief systems, your old program. Your subconscious. It's just your subconscious running. Think about it. Right? 60 to 70,000 thoughts. Right? Every day. And 90% or better, probably closer to 95% of those thoughts are the same thoughts you had yesterday, the day before, and the day before, and blah, 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 blah. Not positive, but negative. Remember, 70% has to do with stress-related thoughts. Okay? I'm just moving my seat, you guys. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So mindfulness Think about it in the simple sense of the term. Mindfulness then means, how can I get past the chatter to get to the thoughts that are meaningful? So, what are meaningful thoughts? What are meaningful thoughts? The thoughts that are happening at this very moment, staying present. Not did you take the money to the bank yesterday, but how do you feel inside about that interaction you just had with that person? What are the feelings you're having right now at the current moment about yourself? Are you having thoughts of joy, happiness, sadness? Are you depressed? What are the thoughts that you're having right now at the moment? Not what are you going to fix for dinner tonight? Because it's a hot day, maybe you ought to fix something, and then you go wandering off down that rabbit hole. What are the thoughts you're having right now at this moment about your future, designing yourself, changing your personality, changing how you think, changing how you act, changing how you feel? What are the thoughts you're having right now, currently, about stuff like that? Inner thoughts, not outer thoughts. Outer thoughts are, politics and economy and world affairs. And what do you want to go down that path for? What's going on inside of you right now? Mindfulness. So they say we have 6 to 7 thoughts, or we change. Yeah, we have 6 or 7 thoughts, or different thoughts that pop up in our head every minute. So you're talking to somebody on the street that you run across, and you're having a conversation with them. Generally, 5 times per minute that you're talking to that person, putting your time and energy into having a conversation, you wander off onto all kinds of stuff. You might see a car passing by on the street as you're standing on the corner talking to that individual, and you think, that's the kind of car I think I want to get. What does that have to do with the conversation you're having with the person? Stay present. You're having a conversation with that person, and you're on the corner, and he or she is talking about their family and maybe about their kids, right? And sort of asking some questions that might encourage you to give a supportive statement back. And you kind of fuddle around with giving a positive, supportive statement back because you're thinking about, God, when I'm done here, I got to go run the car through the car wash. What in the heck is that about? So, do you guys see the difference, right? Of course you do. You see that there's this surface level chatter. I'm being nice by calling it chatter. There's the surface level chatter stuff that goes on. Everybody has it. You take the most, I don't know, influential, important, prominent, distinguished person, and they're carrying on a conversation with another equally important person. They probably, not for sure, but they probably have idle chatter going on in their conversation about, I don't know, world politics, peace and war, and they're thinking about, their golf shoes or something. Meditation is the kind of thing, mindful meditation allows us to practice, you guys. We get to practice pruning out the idle chatter. Now think what a cool thing that is, if you actually tried to do that. On a daily basis, during your meditations, assuming you're doing, good gosh, I hope you're doing 2 a day. But what you're doing is you're just trying to reduce the idle chatter from 6 or 7 different thoughts within a minute. Maybe you could get that down to 1. Maybe none. Maybe 2 or 3. And now you're staying present. You're not caught up in the bitterness that you have going on with this person over here. You're not caught up with the vengeful thoughts about this situation going on over here. Oh boy, is that good. I have iced coffee, decaf, mixed with iced tea, decaf. It is very good, you guys. It is very, very good. So anyway, practice. Mindful meditation allows you the time to practice, to prune apart the old neuron connections that have become hardwired, that are old belief systems that are no longer in our best interest. And it allows you time to be creative and design a future for yourself and your life with positive, healthy thoughts. Causing new neuron connections. And hopefully, if you do it enough and long enough, they will become hardwired, and you're now changing your belief system. Now we've talked about that for eons, it seems like, right? Nothing wrong with that we have. That's good. But, the question always comes up to me is how do you change those neuron connections, those old hardwired neuron connections? How do you, quote unquote, prune them apart? One way is by doing mindfulness meditation. Right? Because mindfulness meditation is just allowing you to reduce fewer and fewer and fewer thoughts within a given minute that is idle chatter in your head about pretty superficial stuff. And it's just old programming that really has no place anymore. And gives you the opportunity gives you the opportunity to do what? Put in new beliefs, new thoughts. Start hardwiring new stuff in there. Now, without, getting into, I don't know, I guess a whole lot more, that's pretty understandable, yeah? Pretty clear. Gives you a real clear plan and direction. And you can see the positive benefits of it. Mindfulness meditation. When you hear, I don't know, I guess Dr. Joe's the one who says it the most, you'll hear him say, stay present. Kind of in a questioning tone of voice. And kind of like, can you stay present? I want you to stay present. Because that's hard for people. One of the things we do when we're in the program is we say to one another, either verbally or in a text or in an email or something, at the end of the thing or whatever you're doing, you just say, stay present. That's a supportive kind of statement. So all of you people out there listening, right? Right now, whatever you're doing, are you staying present with what's important? Or are you caught up in the idle chatter going on in your head? Are you running off of an old program? Or are you using the 4 or 5% of your head to be creative and putting in new beliefs and creating the new you and the new destiny and your new life? Are you being creative? Or are you running on the old program? Are you in the matrix? Are you down the rabbit hole somewhere trying to listen to me? Are you way down in the rabbit hole? Caught up in all that idle chatter? Or are you staying present to the important stuff going on in your life? Good little podcast, you guys. Good little podcast. We're thinking about. Actually, I don't know. I guess I'd challenge you. And I know you're out there all doing your meditating, and you have different kinds of meditation you're doing for different reasons, and I'm sure you've all researched that. I suppose we ought to someday have a podcast about, which meditations seem to be focused on certain things and which are not. But we ought to talk about mindfulness meditation and practice, trying to reduce the number of distractive thoughts you have within a given minute, and to in turn focus on what's important in the present moment. God bless everyone. Take care of one another, and I'll look forward to talking to you all again real soon. See you. Bye.